Welcome to this tutorial for account registration for third-party verification program users new to Your DEQ Online, also referred to as YDO. This tutorial is intended for third-party verifiers and verification bodies approved by DEQ to provide services to entities who report to our greenhouse gas reporting program. Beginning with 2023 reporting year data verified during the 2024 verification cycle. We'll begin with a brief overview of Your DEQ Online and why DEQ is making the switch to this system for its greenhouse gas reporting program. We'll then cover the types of accounts available, including what permissions each account type has. Next, we will walk through examples of the registration process for verifiers and verification bodies. We will conclude with where to find further resources and help with the YDO platform. Your DEQ Online is DEQ's new environmental data management system, which covers a variety of programs at DEQ. YDO is cloud-based and accessible on all standard web browsers. It provides a safe and secure interface for reported data, allows DEQ to reduce our paper use and carbon footprint, and there's dedicated support from a vendor, which means ongoing and timely support for users. DEQ has been rolling out this platform for use by various programs, and the greenhouse gas program and third-party verification for this program are now live. Before we discuss account registration, it is useful to review the account types available in YDO and which users should sign up for which account type. When you sign up for an account, you'll note there are three options: General Public, Responsible Official, and Consultant. The General Public account type does not have access to form submittals in the system and can only view data DEQ publishes, so it should not be selected by verification bodies or verifiers. The other two account types do have access to form submittals. The Responsible Official, or RO, account is the account type that should be selected by verification bodies. This account type can both draft and submit third-party verification form submittals, and is the account that will have access to a responsible entity's submitted data once DEQ approves the Conflict of Interest form. The Consultant account type should be selected by individual verifiers and lead verifiers. This account will have the ability to draft third-party verification forms, but will not be able to submit them and cannot access the entity's data in the system. Now we will cover how to register your account if you are an individual verifier. Begin by navigating to the public portal login page and clicking the Register Account button. Once you select the Register Account button, you will arrive on a form that contains 4 tabs: Basic Information, Account Type, Security Questions, and Final Review. On the Basic Information tab at the top of the page, you will see a section titled Personal Info. This information is for you as an individual rather than for your business. Fill in all fields marked in red, as those are the required fields. When you input your name, the system will suggest a username for you in the username field, but you can customize this option if you prefer a different username. Once all fields are filled in, select Next to move to the Account Type tab. On the Account Type tab, select Consultant as an individual verifier. Then select Next to move on to the Security Questions tab. On this tab, you will be asked to complete security questions. Every account type will be asked to do this. Use the drop-down menu for each question selection and click the eye icon to verify your answers. Save your answers in a secure location. Each responsible official will be required to answer a security question to certify and submit reports and forms to Your DEQ Online. Once you have set your security questions, select Next to proceed to the Final Review tab. On the Final Review page, complete the robot verification check and click Register. You will receive a registration successful message with instructions to check your email. If you do not see the email after a few minutes, be sure to check your spam folder. This email contains instructions to activate your account. Select the link listed and you'll be brought to the Your DEQ Online login page. Enter your username and the temporary password listed in the registration email. You will be prompted to then change your password and PIN. You may notice a message stating that your PIN will be required for completion of each submittal. This is specific to responsible officials as the only account type that may certify and complete submittals. Once you have reset this information, you can now access Your DEQ Online. Next, we'll cover the account registration process for a verification body. This looks very similar to the account registration process for verifiers, but involves a different account type and a couple more steps. Begin by selecting Register Account from the Public Portal main login page. Fill in all the required information in the Basic Info tab. Please note that the system does not distinguish between individuals and companies, so you will need to use the first and last name fields here to input your verification body's name. Since both are required, it can be helpful to break up the name of the verification body. For example, if your verification body is a single word, you might use the last name field to input Inc., Corp., or LLC. On the Account Type tab, select RO for Responsible Official. Then the Next button will become available for you to click. Once you have selected the account type, you will be asked to complete your security questions. Every account type will be asked to do this, and for verification bodies, this step is particularly important because the system will ask you to complete a security question each time you submit a 3PV form. Use the drop-down for each selection and the eye icon to confirm your answers. Once you've set your security questions, select Next to proceed to the Final Review tab. On the Final Review page, complete the robot verification check and click Register. You will receive a registration successful message with instructions to check your email. If you do not see the email after a few minutes, be sure to check your spam folder. The email contains instructions on how to activate your account. Select the link listed and you'll be brought to the Your DEQ Online login page. Enter your username and the temporary password listed in the registration email. You will be prompted to then change your password and PIN. You may notice a message stating that your PIN will be required for completion of each submittal. This is specific to responsible officials as the only account type that may certify and complete submittals. Once you have reset this information, you can now access Your DEQ Online. When logging in as a verification body RO account holder for the first time, the system will prompt you to complete identity verification. Navigate to the My Account module. You can do so either by selecting My Account from the menu on the left side of the screen or by selecting your account name from the top right of the screen. In the My Account module, you will see 5 tabs across the top: Basic Info, Account Type, Password PIN, Security Questions, Consultants, and Verification. We are going to start with the very last tab first, the Verification tab. Verifying the identity of the individual holder of the responsible official account type enables the individual to be held responsible for accuracy of submittals. This process requires either successful completion of E-Verify or a signed paper form to be reviewed by DEQ staff for validation. E-Verify is a secure and instant tool provided by an industry leader in secure identity verification, LexisNexis. DEQ does not process or store the personal information provided in this verification. If using E-Verify, input your personal info rather than that of your verification body. This will run against a LexisNexis database of individual information. If you encounter issues with completing this verification, the Your DEQ Online Help Desk can help you troubleshoot. If E-Verify fails after 3 attempts, move to option 2, Electronic Signature Agreement. To complete this option, select Print, fill out the form, and mail it to the address listed. DEQ will send an email notification of approval. This may take time due to mail delivery review and data entry. For expedited processing, you may email the completed and signed form to Your DEQ Online at deq.oregon.gov. You must also mail a hard copy of the signed original form. Failure to mail the printed and signed form may result in withdrawal of your account privileges. While you are waiting for verification, you will be able to access the system on a limited basis, but you will not be able to submit a submittal. DEQ staff register successful identity verification in the user's account, activating full privileges, or if obstacles are encountered, DEQ staff will contact the responsible official. Once both the verifier and verification body's accounts have been registered and activated, there is one more step for the verification body to complete to allow for the verifier consultants to prepare 3PV forms. Note that only the responsible official account type has the ability to certify and finalize third-party verification form submittals. To link your verifier consultants, navigate to My Account from your main dashboard as demonstrated earlier in this tutorial. Then navigate to the Consultants tab. To add consultants, click Add Consultants. Enter the email address of the verifier you would like to add. Click Find Consultant. If the verifier has an account associated with that email you entered in the system, their information will appear below the search bar. Select the consultant by clicking the yellow link icon to the far right of the profile. Click the Save icon in the lower right of the screen to complete this link. Unsaved consultant links will not remain if you navigate away from the page. Next, you will need to assign forms to your selected consultant. Under Submittal Site Permissions, use the drop-down and yellow plus icon to select and add each form. No site permissions are needed for these forms. Once all form types have been added and appear under Permissions, click the red Save icon to save your changes. Once the verifier you would like to add has been linked, you must add their permissions to allow them to access the Conflict of Interest, Notice of Verification Services, and Verification Statement form submittals. To do so, click the blue arrow to the left of the verifier's name, then click Add Permissions. Once all form types have been added and appear under Submittal Site Permissions, click the red Save icon before navigating away from the page. Let's cover where you can find resources to help you with your account setup. Your DEQ Online Help.gov is a great first stop. Click to expand the greenhouse gas reporting and third-party verification button to see all available resources. If you need to speak with a DEQ staff member, please reach out to the YDO Help Desk by clicking Contact Your DEQ Online Help Desk button in the middle of the screen.